Hello guys. Hello. Long time no see, or something like that. Today's video will be about the human heart. It is about the human heart, and that you have to be yourself to send out the energy into the universe. But not only into the universe, also you are essentially affecting every single person here on this planet, and also beyond this planet. So as you can see, I'm jumping right in, but has some other videos. Check it out. So, Heineken. As I said, sponsored by Heineken, this video again. But I will not engage in too much drinking while recording. So the primary stimulus, let's say the primary stimulus for me to make this video was because I was listening today. I was listening to the song by Tool, Pneuma, and Pneuma, if you look it up on the internet, it is about the human spirit, or the creative force. And the song is about 12 minutes long. First of all, how I got to the song, I listened to it like a while back. It was an awesome album. But the most interesting point is that this album was released, I'm not exactly sure, but on YouTube it says 4 years ago, so it must have been, it's usually a little bit longer if YouTube states 4 years, usually like 4 to 5 years, something like that. So it must have been, let's say, between 2019 and 20, something like that. And taking into account how long an album takes to write, it's probably at least a year or so. I just find it an interesting release date. If it was on the verge between 2019 and 2020. Because of the whole chaos worldwide that happened in 2020. And that was basically also, many of you don't know that, but I had a YouTube channel also years back, and I deleted the channel because for several reasons. I was just not happy about it. I re-released some of the old videos here on this channel, so some of the material you can see dates back even to, I would say, 2017 or 2018, something like that. So the reason I'm talking about this Tool song, Pneuma, I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but it's like 12 minutes long, and this is just a side note. The Dream Theater drummer, I don't know, it's probably the former Dream Theater drummer, Mike Portnoy. He said trying to play over the song is like a mathematical equation. It was like trying to unlock the mathematical equation, because it's so elaborated in terms of the time signatures. It's constantly changing. For me, the song has a lot of power. It has a lot of power, a lot of energy, and looking at the symbolism in the artwork, listening to parts of the lyrics. I've not dived very deep into the lyrics, but just from listening some parts, and the overall feel of the song, it is it is a very spiritual experience, and the title already says it. So why am I calling this video The Human Heart? It's really important in this time for every single one of us to be the best. I'm not making this video just like any other, like try to be the best version you can be and stuff like that. It's so, how would you say in English, corny would be the expression, I guess. People have talked about it so many times. I don't wanna repeat the same stuff, but it is so important for every single one of us to be the person to correspond to the best version we can be in this lifetime. Because nobody else can. So my message in this video, or part of the message in this video, I have a lot more to say. Part of the message is just for every single one of us to put out his power, to show to the world how powerful you are and in whatever sense it can be. And to do this with a powerful energy signature. And try just to be that light source in the darkness. Try just to be that source of energy that the world needs, and even if it's only in this microcosm where you're currently at, in the house you're living, in the neighborhood, or in the country, wherever you are, be that guiding force, or try to put out yourself and try to be that guiding force. because what it does, hold on, little sip from my drink. Because what it does is every single one of us, if every single one of us is sending out that signal, and if that signal is strong enough, then we are basically shifting everything that we understand in this world. Everything gets affected by it. And there's this, I don't know exactly who came up with that idea that if we surpass a certain threshold of energy, then we would shift everything around. That's possible, and I got also similar confirmation through the channeled messages I got from several spirits. But so. Try in order so that we as one unit, so to speak, so that we can actually shift our reality or shift our state, we have to send out that signal on a continuous basis. And every single one of us does it in his own individual way. This is the important point. So just as the title of the song says, it is about the human spirit. It is about the creative force that we all have, and also as a collective, the creative force. So not only on an individual level of analysis, but also on the collective level. And the thing is, what's also happening, if there is a positive force, And of course, many don't regard black magic or whatever we are doing in the black arts. Many don't consider this to be a positive approach to life, or positive to have a positive effect on life, but it does. I mean, those of you watching my content, or those of you following a similar path, know that. We know that. Although those working in the mainstream religions try to, how would you say, try to see us as the scapegoat, as the devil, the negative, and stuff like that. We know it's bullshit. And they will understand at some point. So when we are doing our work, there's always an opposing force. There's always an opposing force. And the opposing force is, I will just check my battery status, if I can do this, I don't know. Would better not mess with the video right now. So the opposing force, let's say the opposing force is the system trying to regulate things. And how do they do that? The important point is that when we are centered in our heart, and the Egyptians saw the heart as the center point of the human soul, right? Or the center of the soul. The heart was the center of the soul. And if every single one of us is centered in the heart, he or she can shine his light into the world, and we can affect one another. The opposing force, so to speak, is reducing these spikes of energy, these spikes of light that when we zoom out, let's say, we see our planet and we see every single, just in case you look at the planet and then you see spikes of light, spikes of energy, and those are the spikes of you guys. So these are the spikes that are produced by the people doing the work. And what the system is doing, the system is intentionally following an agenda that has been planned out for, or that was planned out a long time ago. They are still trying to reduce the impact of these spikes, or trying to compress the spikes, so to speak. So what I'm saying here is basically, if we are centered in the heart, if we are truly who we are, or truly, if we are truly the person we are supposed to be, with all the positive qualities, and also embracing also all of our flaws, all of who we are also. So we integrate it all. And if we are good looking at ourselves, if we can face ourselves, if you can look yourself in the mirror and see these positive and negative aspects, still striving towards becoming that best version of yourself, and if you are conscious in these moments of meditation, and if you are conscious of the impact of your rituals on the reality that we are in, and how those rituals, how those meditations, how those thoughts, it does not always have to be meditation, does not always have to be, basically, a lot of things can be meditation. But let's just say thoughts, visualizations. Be conscious about how those thoughts affect yourself, and how those thoughts can affect the people around you, and the people in your neighborhood, the people in your country, and so forth. And planet-wide, basically. Planet-wise, not correct. Cheers, guys. I will have another one. So what the system is doing, they are aware of the opposing force of us. So to us, they are the opposing force, but they are following a different agenda. And they want to annihilate every single person, every single viewpoint that, or let's say every single person that is in touch with their heart. So what's going on is they are deliberately trying to annihilate a healthy human vision of what our future could look like. They're trying to annihilate a natural, or let's say they're trying to annihilate our vision of what life could be. And they're doing this through, how would you say in English, fear-mongering, fear-producing agendas. And they are basically constantly doing it. They're constantly doing it. They're bombarding people, as you all know. I mean, I'm not telling you new things here. I'm just looking at it maybe from a different perspective, or from an interesting angle, let's say. So they are not interested in the people, and they wanna destroy the human heart. They wanna destroy the human soul. That's the ultimate goal. And they do this through fear-producing agendas, by collecting or absorbing the fear that people, or the energies associated with fear that people send out in global catastrophic scenarios such as 2020. I'm not saying exactly what it was here in this video, but everybody out there knows what I mean. And what else? They are just, I mean, the war. Of course, the war that has been artificially maintained. I mean, I understand that people want to protect their country and stuff like that. I completely understand that point, but they are being played like this country is being directed like a puppet, basically, or controlled like a puppet for a different agenda. So this system cannot operate. This system cannot work, cannot function, cannot maintain its power unless it has a way to compress these positive spikes, these positive sources of energy that we basically are. So as we engage in our meditation, as we engage in the rituals, but not only that, if we follow our life and have our own vision, if we play music, if we play an instrument, and we are fully invested in the craft of doing so, if we feel the music, just as this Tool song I just described or mentioned in the beginning of the video, if we are invested in that, if we feel the power the power of the music, the power of the energies associated with the music. Or it doesn't have to be music, it can be anything basically. But here in this sense, it is the creative force. And what is the creative force? The creative force is probably the most powerful force in the universe. The creative force only exists, or you can only tap into the creative when you are fully engaged with yourself, when you're fully in touch with yourself. That's why if you are an artist, like myself or like many other people out there, you notice you're not creative every single day. So certain days you can write music, for other days it's nothing is happening, right? Absolutely nothing. So this is, of course, it may have physiological causes, but it may also imply that you may not be fully in touch with yourself. So you are not fully centered in the heart. Because the heart is the center point of your soul. And if you're in touch with your soul, your life purpose, or your higher purpose, then you can create. You are in touch, in line with that creative force. And not many people are, to be honest, not many people are. We live in a time, I'm really going long tonight. We live in a time which I sometimes call the copy and paste culture, Little effort, everybody should be able to achieve similar goals. The individual becomes less and less important, and it's more important. I'm not speaking about my viewpoint, but for the system, that's what's going on right now. We are in the rise of AI, as everybody knows, and right now it's cool. It facilitates our life, has many advantages, many benefits on our work. We can experience things we have not been able to experience before. We can create or can assist us in our workflow. So it has many, many really positive advantages, and I really value that point. But as I said, we are just at the beginning of it, and if it takes over, if it surpasses a certain threshold, it will do exactly one point. It will annihilate the human soul. It will not directly. But it will take away what it means for you to be human. What it means for you to be a creative force. So that's why I think it can be a dangerous thing, and they're using also artificial intelligence, driving forward artificial intelligence to destroy individuality. Because if everyone has access to artificial intelligence, what's the effort? Well, what is worth the effort of the individual? So the effort of every single one of us gets, how would you say, dimmed down? Your light is being dimmed. That's basically happening, because you don't have to do anything anymore. You can just press the button, have the AI do it, and that's it. That's just one point. So I don't want to talk about the AIs so much. Right now we are in this phase of everything is cool, what cool effects it can produce and how much it can help us, stuff like that. But There's much more coming, and it is not what most people think it will be. Probably. The important point is that we need to remind ourselves what it means to be human, and what it means to be centered in the heart, and what it means to be the creative force in this universe. Because every single one of us is this creative force. Every single one of us is a light shining out there. Or as Aleister Crowley would say, every single one of us is a star. So what the system is doing, on the opposing force, is trying to dim the light by creating scenarios where people get engaged in fear, and they absorb the fear as their own source of energy. That's the thing. It's like a long time ago. It's like a really long time ago. I wrote lyrics for a song in one of my early bands. That there's an entity out there, and at the time I didn't know what it was. Actually, I had no idea. It was basically channeled information. It was about an entity that absorbs fear, and that it takes that fear to live and to go on with its agenda, so to speak. And this is exactly what we are facing. It's exactly what we are facing. These scenarios, these agendas are being created to maintain people in this fear state. Absorbing the fear, because fear is also energy. People send out this fear, this is being absorbed, it dims down the overall energy signature of the planet. So, the planet itself and the energy signature of everyone around you. So I compare it like I compare the opposing force to a compressor, you know. So people who make music may understand what I'm talking about, or where I'm coming from. A compressor is basically, let's say, if you look at the sound wave, and I think in music they call it, or the audio engineers call it, I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I think they call it an audio spectrogram or something like that. And what you can see is spikes of, just spikes of information. Let's just call it spikes of signals. And what a compressor does, so for example, when you have let's just focus on the guitar because I'm a guitarist. If you hit a chord on a clean guitar, so if you don't have any distortion in it, so just clean guitar, electric guitar, clean. If you hit a chord, there are lots of spikes that need to be controlled in order to make the signal more even. And that's what a compressor is used for. Distortion, on the other hand, has a natural form of compression. So when you play distorted guitar, you have a natural form of compression. We don't need that much artificial compression on your signal to record or to work on your recording for later mixing or for in the process of mixing and mastering. So what the system, so I compare the system to a compressor. So what the system is doing, it tries to dim down, as I previously said, or to compress the signal. To compress the signal of every single one of you. So it's compressing it down, reducing the impact. That's what's going on. But it cannot This system cannot sustain itself. It cannot live without you giving it what it needs to sustain itself. So you can counteract it. You can, just as I did, as the most simple example. I was sitting here doing some sports exercises in the afternoon, listening to this Tool song, which is awesome. And I was turning up the volume of the song. I was turning it up, opening the window, or I just had the window a little bit open. Not on purpose, because it's fucking hot here. It's right under the roof. But I knew at the same time, of course, other people would hear it, would feel the power of the song, and it would also elevate my own being in that very moment. Yeah, so then I went out afterwards, and I knew I had heightened energy. I had a lot of power. And I went out, and I affected the people passing by. And you can see that on those days. You can see that people are looking more. I mean, I'm not speaking in terms of attraction or anything like that. Or, of course, that sometimes let's say plays into the equation. And I think you are also more attractive to other people if you are in your own element. If you are the best version that you can be. If you are fully aligned with your highest purpose. If you are in line with the human spirit, with your own human spirit. If you are aligned with the creative, with the most powerful force in the universe. That's my message. And I finished this video. I will finish this off. In Germany, what we did is, I don't know if you guys, many guys watching this videos are from the US. What we did in Germany, we just pinched a hole in these beer cans, and then sometimes we do this, and then we shoot it down our throat. But I'm not demonstrating that here in the video. I'm just going. I'm just taking it easy here. So, guys, that's my message. Think about it and realize it. Make something out of it. Take something on board. I hope so. I know it's like a half an hour long video. And in the past, I would have cut the shit out of this video. But I'm not. I'm just not doing it. I'm presenting it as it is. Sometimes, I mean, in one of my last videos, I cut out a little bit using this YouTube editor, but I mean, it's crap anyway, so it's basically the most raw version of myself that you can see. And that's good. That's good. Guys, take it on board. I hope some of you have watched the whole thing. And almost forgot. If you want, you can take consultations from me. Go to my website, book a consultation. There's also a book I wrote about the spirit Paimon, but it's not only about Paimon, it's about my whole spiritual journey, or at least a part of my journey. Some other spirits in the book also. Go to my website, the contact section. Shoot me a message if you have any questions. Comment, like, and subscribe, guys. And talk to you soon. Cheers.